Gabby on the Roof in July is a film that follows the lives of a group of young hopefuls living in New York City. The story focuses primarily on two siblings, Gabby, the younger sister, who is a recent college graduate, straight out of school, is an aspiring artist who comes to New York to spend a summer with her older brother Sam, who is also an artist and a painter, and is living in New York City with roommates, struggling not only with his livelihood but his love life. And through these two siblings and their group of friends and lovers, the film touches on numerous things, including sibling rivalry, teenage naivete, and what I felt the film really highlighted was this all too ubiquitous feeling that you get when you're around young people, that they believe they are invincible. The film, I think, had a very compelling narrative that is not only complex but simultaneously very relatable and personal, which is something that I think can be accredited to really great acting and character development. Sofia Takal, in particular, did a fantastic job in bringing to life this girl Gabby. Her quality of wanting to be provocative, her naivete, her just every little detail of her character to me seemed very well developed, which rendered a portrait of a girl who was just really extremely real, someone that I or anyone would have known in New York City. Having said that, the pacing of the story did seem a little rushed and unorganized. I very much agreed with the professor in that the beginning of the film was a little slow. It took me a little while to get interested, and what I think did eventually draw me in was the witticism and sarcastic humor. And also, whereas the beginning of the film was a little too slow-paced, the ending and resolution seemed a little harried and rushed. I felt like all at once we were watching Sam resolve his girlfriend and ex-girlfriend problems, wanting Madeline back and being shut down by his ex-girlfriend. We were also seeing Sam and Gabby, the conflict between Sam and Gabby, and then their sudden making up. There was just a lot at the end, a lot that happened in a very short period of time. Having said that, the Q&A after the film really brought to light why some features of the film were the way that they were. For instance, in my opinion, I found the pacing of the film to be slightly harried, which I learned could have been the result of their extensive cutting and editing of the film. I believe it was like an hour and a half that was cut out of the film. It was also interesting to learn that Sofia and Takal and Lawrence Levine are engaged, because throughout the entire film, I found the relationship as siblings to be uncomfortably close. Like there was almost a romantic connection. And now I understand that this was a dynamic that they aimed to achieve as part of the whole looking at your older brother as someone that you would potentially marry. But they were very much successful in bringing to life that part of the character's relationship and dynamic, and it was just really interesting to learn how something personal to the actors like that is reflected in their acting. But overall, I really enjoyed the film, albeit there were, in my opinion, some issues with pacing as a result of editing and condensing the film. In spite of that, there was a very compelling and personal narrative, and some very compelling and convincing acting. Thanks.